Hey, I know it's late and the stuff we said we talk about later, but I want to tell you this whole I'm married John thing, it's just a story that we've been telling everybody else so that we have more time not to be judged on us having an online relationship engagement. You know, I am just letting this go right now and just telling you I'm not actually married. I don't want to be single right now. I want to be in a committed relationship. And that's why it's like this whole engagement thing. I'm just drawing it out so much. It's just like cha 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 cha. Ooh, what did I say? um, as far as my family standards for meeting, which just sucks, and I know there's not too much to go off there, but they'd say that I've never met Chad, that I don't even know who he is, that he's less than a stranger, that I deserve to basically dump him and not have anything to do with him because they were like, you didn't meet him at church, and I'm like, really? He asked me to read the Bible to him. He'd be like, hey babe, can you read me a scripture? And I would just get out the Bible and I'd start recording myself reading. And it was just I was having a hard time with wanting to calm myself down about living at my dad's. I was just like, I know I already did do this thing where I try to calm myself down, and then it's like, okay, now do it more. And then it was like, okay, now I'm gonna say thank you to my dad for making meals for me. And my dad was like, he didn't want me anywhere in the kitchen. He didn't want me touching any of the stuff. Everything he went for, he was just like, this is not yours. This is mine. You can't have it. I'm just like, I don't know why you think I'm your wife divorcing you. This is really awkward because I'm your daughter. And he just he really didn't understand. It was just this other phase for him. I was just going through my mom's stuff when he was asleep, and I was just see what of this do we actually need? What of this represents her in a good way? Because that's what he really needs. That's what I've been trying to get for basically anybody who's close and important to me, is that say there was divorce, say things didn't work out, what is it that we left behind as a momentum that we can then kind of keep the things that show us good, and we take away the things that aren't. And so that's the biggest thing that I've been working on. And I was just being the brave, the responsible. Holy Spirit, guide me in this. I need your help. Uh, and just having that sympathy and empathy and understanding. And I'm just yeah, I got a little booked up. I got a little busy. And that is just, it's not busy so much when it's working on things that would go towards gratitude of people who've been asking for this to be a solution. So there's so many things that my mom had. She had tons of poems, she had tons of things she wrote, and I kept maybe 2% of it. Uh, I wasn't including her book in that. Her book, she can keep her book, but the random writings, the ones that just seem like they came from a different house, that she was just doing all this traveling. She knew exactly where she was at. She was just writing down whatever she saw, whatever. It's just dude, dating me. It's too much. I don't have enough energy. All of us are fucking tired as hell. And it's just we shouldn't have to be that way. If we're drinking the coffee, if we're taking the medicine, if we're doing our chores, if we're waking up and saying good morning, it shouldn't have to be that way. So, yeah, whatever that is. I feel this has been more like work for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I try to come at it with a good heart, but like this information of me saying like I love Chad, I love Chad, I love Chad. I'm just like, yeah, it's just like I have his phone number. Like, do you want to call him? Do you want to talk to him? Because there's not like a business there. Like, uh, yeah, I I made a business account. He took my name and applied for like debit cards. And I'm just like, you know what? Yep, trust you, love you. Yep, this is happening. And a lot of it is stuff that I had never really done before. And so I just like, my file that was confidential, that was secure, is now open. And I am just like getting rid of all these insecurities. I'm just like saying, nope, they don't belong. I'm going to have a long, happy life, and I'm going to have my social security number, my address, my full name. Like, all of that is just going to be given to anybody who's asking. And that is just like, I'm not fighting over this. Like, it's been, how many times did I go in the psych ward and they wanted that information from me? How many times do they ask me to sign paper after paper saying, oh, treatment care. We're not going to give out your information, but we are going to use every bit of information, all of it, so that we can try to give you what's proper. And that's like, so I can't say I can't even. That's why I have just like the motivations to keep going. And just like, everything that you say is a positive thing has to have somewhere that it goes. Like, everything has like a piggy bank, everything has a reserve, and so like that's what's really treasured, and that's what's really like sought after. Is that it's not about, do I have a relationship, because the relationship is something that like, you put other pieces. So you have the statue of the angel, and then you have the statue of the Pokemon, and then you have a deck of cards, and you have a coin collection, you have the jacuzzi. Like, these things, like, it's where you put your energy. It's not to have to do with, like, do I have what I need for several people? If you do have enough room in your house for several people, that's a good thing. It's supposed to be that way, and I really think that, like, more people should be about that. But, like, that's just like a personal opinion, you know? Like, if I'm sitting in my room alone, what's more important is that there's room for me. But if I'm able to have room for me and another, that allows me the chance to be creative and for me to actually like get some progress in what I think is a good thing. And I don't have a list of good things with Chad. I know you're like, talk about your feelings, just think it over. I really don't. Like, I don't have shit from him. And I'm sorry, I shouldn't have cursed then, but I'm just saying, like, I don't have a thing from him. Like, he gave me pine cones and roses, and I'm just like, that's, yep, and a card. Yep, okay, so that was the first time that I ever got flowers. So at that, I was like, how far do I take the romance, and how far is it just going to be something that's practical? And I'm just like, yeah, Chad gave me flowers. Congratulations! Does that mean he wins everything? Does that mean that now I have to marry him and now there's no other guys in my life that can stand a chance? No, I don't really think that. But, like, it's just like, I just have, like, so much respect for when men become gentlemen, but they have, like, tough as balls attitude about them. And that's, like, I really just have been needing someone to, like, take all this, like, pimping, juiced out, just, like, totally cracked down, center of house, sort of, like, moments that I've been living and just like completely like squeegee it out of me. And then like I'm like, I've been a good girl, I've been a good girl, I've been a good girl. But then it's just like, yeah, but my ex wanted to perform an exorcism on me. So what is that really saying? He quit in the middle of the exorcism. How is that supposed to make me feel? And then the next big relationship that I had, he asked if I could marry him. And like, I got a proposal from my ex. He's like, he got down on one knee, he said my full name. He repeated it for me twice so that I would actually hear it. He's just like, will you do me the honor? That was his line. And it's just like, I kind of needed that too. That was like going both directions. And so we became like what in therapy is called codependent. And it's just like we were like talking at each other. All of these things that were like problem, problem, solution, solution, problem, 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 solution. Like every day was nonstop with this. And I just like didn't see a way out of it. Like literally I just had to go on a plane and travel to where my dad lived and be like, Papa, did you miss me? I just had a baby. Yes. Pregnancy. That was waiting for us in our story. And it just be like, oh, okay, now I hear crickets. Like, there's nothing happening with him. He's just like, nothing would be better than what was happening. He's just like, rah, 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 rah. And it's just like, whatever that is, I don't claim to understand what creature just like possessed my dad and turned him into this like weirdo person. I don't even know. So it's just like, I look to like, that's who I was living with when Chad asked me to marry him. So if you're talking anything about timeline, my timeline was all sorts of messed up. Like, it was just me, like, not fitting in, and not fitting in so much that I had to, like, get a specialist to tell me how to mediate my relationships. Okay? Uh, as the locals were considering it, they thought that I lost all my rocks, I lost all my marbles, and uh, the hotel probably had a better place for me to live, but they weren't gonna have me in a house. They straight weren't. Like, even though my name, like, and then my money was invested in this. It's like, I lived in the trailer home. I put, uh, just like, yeah. We went to the bank. They emptied me out. And I'm just like, yep. I just was like feeling so powerless towards like making any choices. They were just like, we're gonna decide every last detail of your life. And you better enjoy it because this is the only chance you've got to make a living. I'm just like, okay, living, great. They thought I came from some kind of zombie land, and the only other option was to bite a bullet. And so, yeah, people have asked me about suicide, and I've just been like, I wasn't even given the choice. Like, even if that was something that I ever wanted, I was just like pushed away from that so much that it's just like I could straight be walking into a grave full of dead bodies, and they wouldn't even be able to recognize that I had no, like literally zero weapons on me. Like I was like an angel. And so when I first went to the hospital, I was just like telling the doctors, I'm just like, I'm the angel of death. I'm the angel of death, and someone needs to give me some power. And they're like, power? What? What do you want? Are you looking for something in your purse? And then they started sniffing really loudly. And we're just like, you guys, stop acting like weirdos. You're creeping me out. And, The supernatural is not real, okay? It's just like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you're just like, but that was my game. That's what I was doing. Yeah, we don't play games in this. Like, everything that we're saying is supposed to be serious. Otherwise, it's not on our PC. It's just like floating in virtual. Uh, Fine. I'll give you your headset back. But if you want to, like, actually, like, either give me a tutorial, dude, or, like, give me something that will, like, help, like, guide me, give me some level ups, or just, like, I don't need the heals, okay? The heals are awesome. I'm just like, okay, I accept that you thought I did. Because, like, if you think I did, sure, you think I did, that's what happened, okay? Um, I'm just, like, it's just like how you talk to me when I'm not making sense. It's just heals, okay? It's like, it's form of language, and yeah, I'm probably talking about this way too much, but just, like, if you still care about me, then will you please let me know when it is that you trust me and when it is that you love me? Because these are things that I'm like totally like opted out of. Like, I was not the one who was spoiled, okay? My dad was trying to spoil me. I didn't get money as a kid. I got to make my own food. There weren't chefs coming making me food. And there was like, I didn't hear I love you or I trust you or you're doing good. I had to do this whole thing. Everything you know me as. This is me being shitty.